14th of November, 2023. In a control room in California, a screen that should be streaming data from the edge of the solar system fills instead with the same meaningless pattern, over and over, a flat line. The patient is 24 billion kilometers away, and it has just stopped speaking. No one in that room knows yet whether they are watching a glitch or a death. That patient has a name you know, Voyager 1, the most distant machine humanity has ever built. And what you are about to hear is not the story of how it was launched, nor the famous photographs it took. It is the story of the last 3 years, in which this spacecraft has been put on trial for its life again, and again, and again, each time. The verdict could have been final. Each time, something saved it. The question this video asks is simple. What? To understand why each rescue mattered, you need one number, and only one. When Voyager left Earth in 1977, its nuclear battery gave it about 470 watts. Today, it has roughly half that, and it loses 4 more watts every year, like a candle burning down that no one can ever relight. Everything that follows, every crisis, every gamble, is a fight against that shrinking flame. Hold that number, 4 watts a year. It is the clock ticking under this entire story. Back to that flat line. For 5 months, Voyager 1 was alive but incoherent. Like a person who can hear you but can only reply in gibberish. The team's first move was almost crude. They sent a single command that, loosely translated, meant, "Show us everything inside your head." The spacecraft obeyed and dumped its entire memory across 24 billion kilometers. Buried in that confession was the culprit. One chip, out of a computer with less memory than a single photo on your phone, had betrayed it. A tiny fraction of its circuitry. Perhaps struck by a stray particle from a long-dead star, had frozen solid. And it happened to be holding part of the very software that lets Voyager think. You cannot drive out there with a screwdriver. The nearest repair shop is, quite literally, a light day from the workbench. So the engineers did something that sounds less like repair and more like surgery. The damaged code was too big to move to any single empty spot left in that ancient memory. So they did the unthinkable. They sliced the program into fragments, tucked each fragment into a different unused corner, and then rewrote the spacecraft's internal map so it could find all the scattered pieces and run them as one. Imagine editing a book by tearing out the damaged chapter, splitting it into paragraphs, hiding them in the margins of other chapters, and leaving the reader instructions precise enough that the story still flows. Now do it from a different planet, and wait a day to find out if you got it right. On the 18th of April, 2024, they sent the first repaired fragment into the dark and waited. 22 and a half hours out. 22 and a half hours back. And then, on the 20th, the gibberish resolved into sense. Voyager 1 was lucid again. By that summer, every working instrument was back. They had performed open-heart surgery on a 46-year-old brain, blindfolded, across the solar system, and the patient sat up and spoke. Verdict 1, not guilty. The machine lives. But notice why it survived. Not because it was new, because someone, decades ago, left its software flexible enough to be rewritten at all. If the first trial tested Voyager's mind, the second came for its body. To talk to us, the spacecraft must keep its antenna aimed at Earth with breathtaking precision, and it does that with tiny thrusters, nudging itself like someone treading water to stay facing the shore. But thrusters clog. Decades of use leave a residue inside the fuel lines, narrowing them like cholesterol in an artery. By 2025, the set Voyager had relied on for over 20 years was close to sealing shut. There was a backup. Of course. There is always a backup. That is the secret hiding in plain sight in this whole saga. But this backup had been switched off and left for dead in 2004, 21 years cold. Reviving it meant warming heaters that had not worked in 2 decades. And here was the trap if the spacecraft drifted even slightly while those heaters were still cold. It would automatically fire the frozen thrusters to correct itself, and firing a frozen thruster could blow it apart. They had to thread a needle in the dark, with the spacecraft's life on the line and a deadline closing in. And the deadline was almost cruel. The single giant antenna on Earth powerful enough to send commands to Voyager was about to shut down for nearly a year of upgrades. Miss the window. And they would have no way to fix the thrusters before the old ones choked completely. So on the 20th of March, 2025, they aimed the spacecraft as perfectly as they dared, sent the command, and waited out the longest day. The signal crawled out. The reply crawled back, and the heaters glowed warm. Thrusters declared dead in 2004 fired cleanly in 2025. Verdict 2, not guilty. The body still moves. There is a third trial, and it is the quietest, and in some ways, the most frightening. Voyager's voice is absurdly faint. The transmitter, shouting across 25 billion kilometers, has about the power of the bulb inside your fridge. We hear it at all only because giant dishes on Earth know exactly where to listen. So in October 2024, when a routine command tripped a safety reflex and the spacecraft suddenly fell back to a backup transmitter it had not used to call home. Since 1981, the danger was not noise, it was silence. That backup voice was so weak and so long unused that engineers genuinely feared the dishes might never find it again. That Voyager would be shouting into the void on a frequency no one could pick out. For a few tense days, the most distant object we have ever made was effectively lost, somewhere in a haystack hundreds of billions of kilometers wide. And then they found the whisper. They coaxed the spacecraft back onto safer ground. Verdict 3, not guilty. The voice still carries. 3 trials, 3 escapes. By now you might think this machine is simply lucky. It is not luck. And the 4th trial is happening as you watch this. Here is the thread running through every escape. The thing the engineers in 1977 could not have known they were giving us. They built this spacecraft for a 5-year trip to 2 planets. 5 years. Yet almost every choice they made was the patient choice. The expensive choice. The one that assumed a future they would never live to see. 2 of everything that mattered. Software loose enough to rewrite. Thrusters that could be resurrected. A second voice held in reserve for 40 years. Voyager keeps winning its trials because it was, in a sense, written a will by people planning for a journey far longer than the one they promised. But a will runs out. Every year, those 4 watts vanish, and one by one the instruments have gone dark. 7 of the 10 now switched off for good. The team has reached the point where saving the spacecraft means amputating parts of it, and so in the spring of 2026, as this video is being made, they are preparing the boldest move yet. A maneuver they have nicknamed the Big Bang. The plan is to switch off a whole bank of old power-hungry heaters and switch on leaner replacements in one coordinated stroke, clawing back nearly 10 watts at once, 2.5 years of breathing room, bought in a single command. It is a gamble because flipping that many switches at once, on a frail machine a light day away, could just as easily end it. So they are testing it first on the slightly healthier twin, Voyager 2, before risking Voyager 1 later in the year. As I record this, the outcome is genuinely unknown. To me, and to NASA. By the time you are watching, the verdict may already be in. So I will ask you to do something. Look it up. Find out whether the Big Bang worked. Because this is not history. This is a story still being written, in real time, at the very edge of everything we can reach. There will be a final trial that no command can win. Maybe in the early 2030s, the 4-watt clock runs out, the last instrument falls silent, and Voyager drifts on without us. A cold and perfect monument moving at 60,000 kilometers an hour toward stars it will not reach for 40,000 years. That is not a tragedy. That is the longest goodbye in human history, and we are living inside it right now. So, back to the question this whole video asked. What keeps saving Voyager 1? Not luck, not new technology. It survives because half a century ago, a room full of people who would never meet you decided to be generous to the future, to build in the spare part, the second chance, the open door. Every rescue you have just seen was a message from 1977 arriving exactly when it was needed. The real marvel at the edge of the solar system was never the machine. It was the foresight folded inside it. Thanks for watching. Go and find out if the Big Bang worked, and I will see you out there.